Okay, we have our base now. Nice. What we will do next is lower the opacity and add a second layer. I will mostly work on that layer now, and we will ignore, of course, the part underneath. We will later just delete it. Have to go a bit down more with the opacity. And now there is actually no secret. I always use just two tools now. We will use the airbrush. For me, it's a soft one. Use whatever you have. I will use the airbrush and a blender. This is all I do. So we start with the airbrush. I always do it on low opacity because I do not want. We do not want the shadows to be too strong. We want it soft, and therefore we have to lower opacity. And then we will just add now the first layer of skin. Don't have to hold yourself perfectly on lines. You will delete and add this later. And now the nose. Yay. I will zoom in very hard. I have to make this a lot smaller. Okay. The secret behind my shading is it is just light and shadows. Haha, yeah, that is what shading is, but it is just working with light and shadows. So I search for the darker part, do it in a very, very, very small way. And I will just start with the outline of it. Like here. Go all the way up. And do it like that. I will start with just see where the shadows are. Like we are here now. So we do that. And also, of course, nostrils. This is very dark, but it gets a bit lighter here. You always try to look if it's fitting good. This is a bit darker and a bit stronger. Yeah. And like that. Also here, you see that it is very dark. So I do a line here. And here's again a small shadow climbing up. Around the nostril because the light is not hitting that point, and here. And now the real magic part, you see the form of the nose is already there, but the real magic part is I work a lot with blender. I do that on full opacity, of course. Now we blend it out, make it soft. And with blender, the magic is, if you know how to use it, you can create new lines and forms with it. I see that here. I will always do that now. We will turn this as a helpline off and on over and over again. We just use it to see where we want to end up. It's very small. But now you can see how it works. The dark part is formed out, and here is the light hitting the skin. And now it's words are difficult. I hate words. Words are not good. We do that with the other side, of course, too. You always want to blend on the inside. So you can create a hard line here and the soft line here. Can make a bit bigger because that one is bright, big surface. There needs to be a bit more color added. It's the nose tip. It can be a bit harder as the rest, so that the shadow can be a bit harder. Blender is also, you can drag color from one to B, like that. Use it. A bit darker here. Also here. And with more shadows, the 3 dimensions are opening up even more. I think the nostril is not wide enough here. I have to add more. More like that, yeah. Darker here. Also here. We will add some light reflexes you see here later. I will start with the shadow parts. Add it here. And now this is all we do in the end. We try to find the perfect line between hard and soft shadows. Like this one needs to be a hard one. This one needs to be a hard one. Here it needs to be a soft one. This needs to be a bit more softer. So we do that and go in with the blender. And it needs to be a bit dragged up. And don't get irritated too much. At first, it will look a bit strange to you because the rest of the face is not yet there. So you have those lines around here, and you will just blend it in. You will blend every part in. This is a bit smaller to add more color. Yeah. And this needs to be a bit harder, so we add more color to it. Just a little bit to blend it more. We want to create a really small line of shadow around the nose. Like here. This you want to see this, but we can only do that with creating a really thin line of shadow without drawing it like a line. You have to blend it. Also, this is not perfect. It's too thick. And there needs to be more color. This is all what you do. You are changing between the blender and the airbrush, adding color and dragging color. But now we have a nose. And yeah, can go on here. This is not the right. Is this the right form? I was bad at form, I see. I have to go a bit more up there. And let's be a bit more, that a bit smaller. Almost not visible, but it's going up here. You want to make that a bit visible at least. Like that. because it needs to be blended in better later. But yeah, like that. This is all. Now we can do this part. So we take the airbrush and go in with some more color. It's not that hard, so to make it a bit softer here. Because the snow's going down here a bit. Oh, wait, like that. Here. Here's a slight break on the other side. You can see where he wore his glasses for years. We want to have that. So we want to blend it in. Just slightly. I don't know if you can see it, but we have it here. Slightly. It's about details. Small details. That is what impresses people. And now we add light points. Do very small, and I don't want to change the opacity, to be honest. We just add it here. This is this. Make it a bit bigger because it's here. A bit here. This can be a bit lighter, and also here. And then we will blend it in again. Like that. There can be more of it. Bit lighter. You can see the light line here. And here is indeed a light reflects. And here too. So we can leave the middle part a bit lighter too. And there we have Mickey's nose. Congratulations! You did part 2. Next part we go on with the lips. Yay!